Hello, fellow members of the Midnight Society. Welcome back to another episode review from the show Are You Afraid of the Dark? Last time, we covered The Tale of the Wisdom Glass, a Quinn story about two teens. One learns a harsh lesson about stealing and lying, while the other learns a worse lesson about being friends with a liar. Tonight's narrative, from Megan, is about a teen who gets more than he bargained for when he tries out for the school play to spend time with a girl he likes. Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society, I call this Season 6, Episode 10, The Tale of the Walking Shadow. We open on everyone already at the campfire, with Megan in the middle of explaining how popular ghost stories are. She asks the others if they know why, and Quinn's answer may shock you.
Because they're scary. People dig being scared.
Okay, yep, nothing really shocking about that answer. Megan says that while ghost stories can be different, they are basically about the same thing. Tucker says what he thinks that thing is, and what he says may shock you.
Scaring people.
Damn it, Tucker, that is not shocking. I'm trying to set a mood here. Look, it's fine. It's fine. Megan's not going to let me down, okay? She explains what all ghosts have in common. And what she says just may shock you.
Because they wanted to do something when they were alive, but didn't get the chance.
This is why we can't have nice things. Whatever, just start the stupid tale.
I was just trying to help you, and you're just...
The tale begins on a theater with a sign that reads, Greenwood High School presents Shakespeare's Macbeth. Wait, their high school play is getting put on at an actual theater? My high school plays were on a stage in the cafeteria. Why didn't I get to go to one of these rich Canadian high schools? I mean, a large part of that is that I'm not Canadian, but that's not fair. I feel like I'm Canadian at heart. I'm polite. I like hockey. I'm a big fan of all the celebrities you've exported to the United States, and don't even get me started on the Canadian national anthem. That shit is sick. Oh, Canada, our home and native land. Inside the theater, we see an older woman carrying some costume pieces across the stage when this happens. Quick question. Why does the stage have a single lamppost in the middle of it? A lot of lampposts in 11th century Scotland, or is this just here to be spooky and will have nothing to do with the play itself? The answer may shock... It won't. It won't. I don't know why I keep trying to make this a thing.
It's because you're afraid, isn't it?
We transition to a diner where we meet our main character, and Megan gives some voiceover exposition.
Ross Doyle was in trouble. He tried out for a part in a school production of Macbeth so he could be closer to this girl, Vanessa. He wasn't an actor.
Is that Baby Baruchel again? Oh, you know what? At this stage, calling him Baby Baruchel isn't fair to Jay. He's clearly earned the title of Boyish Baruchel, and that is how he shall be known henceforth. Fetch me a crier to tell everyone. What? Not that kind of crier? Get out of here. Anyway, keen-eyed viewers will also recognize Boyish Baruchel's love interest, Vanessa, is played by Catherine Long, who played Carly Beth Caldwell in the Goosebumps Haunted Mask episodes when she was younger.
I think someone's followed us here, Sabrina.
You know, I think you're right. Somebody's out there. Somebody. Or something.
Ross is nervous and asks Vanessa if she has any tips for acting, and she says,
The best thing you can do is just forget your acting and become the character. When everything's working, I can stop being me and actually become Lady Macbeth.
I don't know if that's a good thing. Lady Macbeth was a fucking murderous psycho. Anyway, in the middle of her pep talk, this happens.
Bravo, what a performance.
Not funny.
Come on, Macbeth is allowed to kid Lady Macbeth.
I don't know if this guy's supposed to be the bully of the episode, but I can't take him seriously in that scarf. I don't think Vanessa can either. She is not having any of his crap and says this.
Not on stage, he's not.
You're the director. Direct her to lighten up.
I'm directing all you guys back to the theater.
There is no way that person is old enough to be the drama teacher. What high school has a student direct the school play at an off-campus theater? If there's no faculty involved in the production, then it's not a high school production. It's just a play put on by teenagers. Anyway, back at the theater, Ross, Vanessa, and Scarf are on stage. I know his name is Jesse, but I refuse to call him that now. Scarf is giving Ross a hard time when Vanessa steps in with a sick burn.
What is that smell? Oh, yeah. It's ham.
Okay, look, she can't be held responsible for that. Okay, when she's on stage, she becomes Lady Macbeth, who is known for, plotting murders and power grabs, not roast battles. After Scarf leaves the stage, Vanessa tries to inspire Ross once again, performing a bit of her monologue.
Oh, damn spot. How'd I say?
Whoa, what happened?
It was blood. Why did you do that?
What? How could he have done that? Those drops came down directly from above, and he had to run up to you on stage. Also, there is another cast member who already dropped stuff on your hand in the previous scene. How is he not your first suspect? Anyway, Vanessa storms off stage. Ross takes the costumes off stage, whistling as he goes, which causes the stage lamppost to flicker again. As he gets behind the scenes, his whistling offends someone.
Stop that! Don't you know it's bad luck to whistle in a theater?
I'm sorry, what country are you from? Can we have that line again?
Don't you know it's bad luck to whistle in a theater?
Nope, no idea. Anyway, this person introduces herself as Hermione St. Clair, wardrobe mistress. If she's in charge of wardrobe, then who was the lady with the costumes at the start of the tale? Ah, well, probably not important. Ross introduces himself and says that he's playing Macduff, to which Hermione says,
Macduff. A very important part.
I don't need to hear that.
This is not the first time or the last time this exchange will happen in the episode. Apparently Macduff is a very important part, and Ross never wants to hear about it. Hermione has Ross help her with the costumes, and he tells her about the incident on stage with the blood on Vanessa's hand. Hermione says that it isn't the first time strange things have happened, and that the theater is haunted. Ross doesn't believe her, so she doubles down.
A ghost has wandered this theater for years. They say he's harmless, but he has been known to show anger towards those who do not respect the theater and its traditions.
You hear that, Ross? It definitely sounded like a threat, and if Kathy Bates could hobble James Caan for not following the rules, Hermione here could destroy you if you feel compelled to whistle. I will say this, as a theater kid myself, I never heard the whistling thing, but the theater community is filled with superstition, so, I'm sure it actually exists somewhere. Also, if you find yourself saying, I feel like I know Hermione from somewhere, that's because she's been on Are You Afraid of the Dark a lot. 7 episodes throughout the first 7 seasons of the show. Nanny and Lonely Ghost, one of the hags from Watcher's Woods, Sarah Simpson in The Room for Rent, and Grandma Aggie in all 3 Silver Side episodes, which I'll be covering when I get to season 7. 7 episodes is a lot. That's 1 more episode than Aaron Taker got as Vink, and only 1 less than Richard Dumont got as Sardo.
But I'm losing on the deal.
Vanessa shows up and introduces herself to Hermione. When Hermione hears that Vanessa is playing Lady Macbeth, she says that she played the role once. She also says that this is the first time in 50 years that the Scottish play has been put on at that theater, which causes Ross to say,
Scottish play? We're doing Macbeth.
Ah! Quick! What? Turn around 3 times. What? Don't argue. Turn around 3 times, then leave the room and come back in. Why?
If you're as confused as Ross is, allow me to explain. Early productions of Macbeth were often plagued with issues. Accidents on stage, riots, sudden illnesses, and even deaths, which have labeled the play as cursed. It's considered bad luck to say the name Macbeth inside a theater when outside of rehearsal or a performance. There are a number of cleansing rituals should someone commit an offense, including spinning around 3 times, leaving the building, spitting over your left shoulder or on the ground, which in the theater, gross. There's others as well. While many people these days consider the whole thing silly, there are still many people who refuse to say Macbeth during a production, which is why people call it the Scottish play or the Bard's play. Frankly, If you're worried about an angry Macbeth ghost disrupting production, I've got the perfect solution. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or...
Oh, that's a line from Hamlet.
Look, I know that, and you know that, and more importantly, the ghost knows that. But you know who doesn't know that? The audience. They're going to be asleep halfway through my monologue.
Fair enough, carry on.
Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer... After the excitement, Hermione dismisses Ross, and then she and Vanessa have a good laugh about it, so I guess she's not as superstitious as she made out. Ross finds the whole thing ridiculous and decides to tempt fate backstage.
Macbeth! 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 Macbeth!
Ross, buddy, I don't know much, but I do know there are certain things you just don't do. You don't say Bloody Mary into a mirror 3 times. You don't say Candyman into a mirror 5 times. You don't say the name Beetlejuice out loud 3 times, unless, you're looking for a really, really good time, but that's beside the point. And you don't do what you just did.
No, I didn't.
Back in wardrobe, Vanessa tells Hermione that she shouldn't tell Ross ghost stories because he's already scared and might quit the play, resulting in...
Oh, but he can't. I mean, we'd never get a replacement in time.
Well, that wasn't weird at all. I wonder how Ross is doing. See? Told you. It's right up there with taking Zebo's nose. You just don't do it. Hermione and Vanessa hear Ross cry out, but when they get there, the cauldron is empty with just a costume glove inside. Ross tries to convince Vanessa of what happened, but she doesn't believe him.
If you want to bail out of the play because you're scared, do it. But don't blame it on some dumb ghost story.
No.
Man, I guess you should have just asked her out. I mean, if she said no, that would have sucked, but at least she wouldn't hate you the way she's starting to. Ross catches up to Vanessa before she leaves and says that he's not sure what he saw and that the play is just freaking him out. He even admits the real reason why he auditioned.
The real reason why I went out for this play was so that I could hang with you.
That's the first smart thing he's done all episode. Vanessa tells him not to listen to dumb ghost stories and to have some fun. She then leaves, and I'm sure the rest of the story is just sunshine and rainbows.
False creation proceeding from the heat of present pride.
Ross has a rough decision ahead of him. Face down an angry ghost or risk Vanessa's wrath by quitting the play. His choice may shock you.
I gotta drop out of the play.
Are you shocked? I can't tell because I'm talking to a camera, but you're shocked. Probably. Maybe. Anyway, as expected, Vanessa doesn't take the news well. Later, back at the theater, Ross goes to wardrobe looking for Hermione, only to find...
I'm sorry, who are you looking for?
Hermione, the costume lady.
Well, I'm the wardrobe mistress, but there's no Hermione here.
Oh, one of these people is not who they claim to be. Now, do you want to take the over or the under on whether I end this by saying the result may just shock you? Betting closes soon, and you don't want to miss out, because the result may, well, you get the idea.
What are you talking about?
This wardrobe mistress asks if she can help Ross, and he says no unless she believes in ghosts, to which she responds,
Our resident spirit.
So he's real. You've seen him.
Oh my, yes. Just the other day, in fact.
The ghost's name is Adrian, and the costume lady tells Ross the tragic tale.
It was opening night of the Scottish play. Adrian had the lead. Apparently, towards the end of the performance, he took ill and died.
Oh, suddenly took ill and died, huh? Sounds to me like somebody was breaking the Macbeth rules and paid the price. I'm glad he's dead, I really am. Ross also discovers that Hermione was Adrian's wife and was playing Lady Macbeth when he died. Oh, and, not important, but...
She's been dead for over 20 years.
Ross runs into Vanessa on his way out and tells her about the ghost and why he's afraid to perform.
There was this guy who died here, and for some reason, he's after me. And that's why I don't want to be in the play.
Just go away.
Wait, if the ghost is well known at the theater, Vanessa would have heard the stories, and sure, she might not believe them, but why would she be so angry with Ross when he claims to see ghosts? If this were Jesse, I could see her rage. He knows the theater scene and loves a practical joke, but Ross doesn't and is always worried, so why would you think he's making it up?
Relax, have some fun.
Later, the dress rehearsal is about to begin.
I won't stop for notes unless something really weird jumps out at us.
For some reason, Ross sticks around and asks the director who's playing Macduff. She says that she's going to, which seems unlikely since this is a dress rehearsal. Her ass would need to be on stage with them in costume while her assistant director takes notes, but since this writer doesn't know how actual stage plays work, I guess I'll let it slide. Ross asks if he can still play the part, and the director gives her blessing. We then get a montage of the dress rehearsal until this happens. Later, Ross goes on stage for Macduff's big battle with Macbeth. Jesse misses his cue, obviously, because he's trapped in a wardrobe, but then...
But get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
So, is that a cut then? I'd call that something really weird jumping out at you. Can I get you all some popcorn? What the f*** is going on? Everyone is being way too chill about a ghost appearing on stage. Anyway, Hermione appears and begs Ross to do the scene with Adrian, so he does. The two actors battle, and thankfully the choreography was the same 50 years prior, so they finished the scene, allowing Adrian's spirit to rest. Jeez, way to milk the applause. Part of me wanted someone to shout encore so that Adrian could shout gladly and trap everyone in the theater until they did the whole show again. Anyway, after the play, Vanessa says how the experience was amazing. Ross asks how they're going to top that, and she responds,
That'll do it.
This ending makes a lot of sense. Virgins are notoriously easy to please, and I would know because I used to be one. Until I lost my virginity. But not to worry, because I found it again later in life. Back at the Midnight Society, as the story ends, Tucker says that everyone owes him money for soda and popcorn. Everyone makes up excuses why they can't pay him and practically run away from the fire, leaving Tucker to finally appreciate the role his brother used to play.
And you're leaving me with the mess? Guys, this was way more fun when I was the responsible one.
Now for the review. I thought this episode was okay. Probably one of the better ones this season, though I could just be biased since I'm a sucker for all things Shakespeare. The story was decent, the acting was good, and the ghostly effects hold up. Does this episode meet my approval? The answer, just my. The settings were good. We've seen a theater before on the show, but not enough that it's overused. I do think it could have been used better to play up the scares more if they wanted, but overall, it's a good location for a ghost story.
It's haunted,
The story. It's fine. The writer has a good understanding of Macbeth and the superstitions around it, but their knowledge of high school theater productions is lacking. As with many stories on this show, this one could have used a second episode. My one issue with the story was that the ending felt like it had no stakes. I mean, we make the ghost seem menacing to Ross, but before the final stage duel, we learn that he just wants to play out the scene he never got to. If I were going to redo it, I would have kept it a secret until, mid-fight. I think that I probably also would have nixed Hermione and included Jesse more as an antagonist, and maybe had him get possessed by the ghost. Then, during the duel, while Jesse isn't following the choreography, he gets knocked out, leaving the ghost on stage after the physical body falls. The ghost continues the fight, but just when Ross thinks he's going to deliver a killing blow to him, the ghost stops. Ross figures out that he's just playing out the scene and then, plays it out with him to let him rest. I love the actress who plays Hermione, but I just don't think the character's necessary to the story. The love angle between the ghosts doesn't really factor in, and the real wardrobe mistress could have given us all the exposition we needed.
Such a tragic story.
The scares. The scares were light, if you even count them as scares. It does feel intentional, though. I mean, this episode plays like Dreamgirl or Room for Rent or Apartment 214. The focus is more on the tragic ghost story and less on the scares, but I do think we could have done both. I mean, the ghost had a good look and decent spectral effects, and they gave him a few intense moments, like the cauldron and when he throws the knife. I think they could have pushed that a bit further without sacrificing any story.
Yeah, right.
The acting in this episode was good. Jesse and the director barely have any lines, so not worth mentioning. Vanessa shows great passion for acting and frustration with Ross, and her Shakespeare isn't bad either. Ross is boyish Baruchel doing what he does best, playing the kid with no confidence. It's like Zombie Dice all over again. He does a good job, though we don't really know how well he does Shakespeare since we only see him say like 1 or 2 lines.
Well, I've never done this before.
The adult acting in the episode is excellent. Hermione is terrific as always. She's intense when it calls for it, funny when she needs to be, and you can see the subtle tragedy in her eyes when she longs for Adrian to finish the play. As for Adrian himself, he doesn't get a ton of screen time, but he makes the most of it. You know, he gets to break the mold of a lot of Are You Afraid of the Dark ghosts and show some emotion, which he uses to deliver some decent Shakespeare.
Of all men else, I have avoided thee.
Megan, while not a perfect story, I found it rather fun. The tale of the walking shadow meets the approval of the Midnight Society. The Midnight Society members poll on this one was, at the time of recording this video, 76% in favor of, with only 14% against. So my ruling stands, and as the kids say, fair is foul, and foul is fair. I don't think the kids say that.
Everyone does.
Thank you to my patrons financially supporting the channel on Patreon: Jimmy Purcell, Rick Maxwell, Sean Hart, Jay Booth, Tony Ebers, Jessica Tim, EC, JR Green, Emilio Flores, AJN, Andy Exiled, and Sunny. They are the books, the academes, from which doth spring true Promethean fire. Or something, I don't know, I heard that somewhere.
It was creepy.
I want to thank the following Midnight Society members for participating in this episode's polls. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come. Let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee, yet in form as palpable as this which I now draw. What the f*** is this? Is this a Star Wars knife? I have to go have a strongly worded chat with props. Names are on the screen. Hey, you, weird ladies, are you in charge of props? Double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. You know what? On second thought, I love the prop. It's my favorite prop ever. Please don't curse me. Hey, what did you think of Megan's story? Did you see it as a kid? Would you act out a scene on stage with a ghost? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to check out the next episode on the Tale of Oblivion. Until then, are you afraid of the dark?
Scottish play? We're doing Macbeth.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and a share. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon to be notified when more of these videos go up. Peace out, y'all.